Hi, Composition Club. Today we're going to talk about harmony. So first things first, I want you to look over here. I've highlighted this measure, and it's just a C major scale. So the first thing that I want you to know is the first note of the scale is known as the tonic. We talked about that in our meeting, but the new thing I want to teach you is that the fourth note of the scale. So if I'm on C, bass clef C, I go to the fourth note of the scale. And in this case, it's F because we're in the C scale. That's going to be known as the dominant prep. So that's a new word that we're learning, dominant prep. So I'm on C. C's 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4. So the fourth note of the scale is called the dominant prep. And then the fifth note of the scale is called the dominant. So in this case, because we're in C, the fifth note is G. C's 1, D's 2, E's 3, F's 4, and 5 is G. Okay? So now the next thing, let's go back to tonic, thinking about the tonic. Since we're in the key of C, the tonic is C. If we were to build a triad, which what a triad is, it's just a note. It's just three notes, Three notes makes up a triad, okay? So if we have C, treble clef, bass clef, we have C, and we take the first note of the scale, which is C, we take the third note of the scale, which is E, and the fifth note of the scale, which is G. Okay, so C is 1. Then if you, in the C scale, C is 1, D is 2, E is 3. So that's where I got E from. And then G is 5, which we've already talked about. That makes up the tonic triad. Okay, so then we'll talk about the dominant prep triad and the dominant triad in a minute. I just want you to think about the tonic triad for a minute. Now listen to Blake's melody. Okay, and I have changed one thing with it, and it was in the key of B flat. I put it up a whole step into C because it'll make it easier for us to think about. Okay, so first things first, we have our melody. We just listened to that. We need to think about what kind of harmony we want. Well, whenever we go about doing that, we can take the notes that are in the melody and think about what other notes could be in the triads that go with them. Well, in this case, we have C as the first main note of the melody. Well, you'll also notice, hey, C is in this chord as well. So if we have C, E, and G in the chord, what would it sound like in Blake's melody? So I'm just going to put in a G and an E. I'll do that in bass clef as well. Okay. I thought it sounded pretty good. So we're going to keep it. Now, next is, let's go to this one. I'm just going to do the same thing because I have C there. So I'm going to put in a G and an E. Let's listen. In fact, I'm going to do this real quick. Hold on, just hang with me. There we go. Oops, didn't want to erase that. Okay. And now we should be able to do a half note there on that. Half note, and then there we go. Okay, so let's listen to this. So I like it so far. And I'm just going to repeat the same thing here because the next part of the melody just does the exact same thing. So I'm just going to copy and paste. All right, let's listen to it. Now, I feel like this right here needs a chord. But you'll notice that the note is A, and A isn't in the tonic triad chord because the tonic triad chord is C, E, and G. So this A, we have to think about, well, what chord could go with that? So if you look over here, the dominant prep chord, and all I did to get this was I took F. And then if you look in the scale here, I have F. I just took a note. I skipped over this note and I went to this note. I took that. Then I skipped over B and I took C. So the chords that I have are F, A, and C. The triad is F, A, and C. Now, triads are usually made up of notes that are a step away from each other, or actually it'd be known as a third away. So if I have F, a third away from F, you just count on your finger. F is 1, G is 2, A is 3. So a third from F is A. F is 1, G is 2, A is 3. Then from A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. So that's what we mean when we say a third. So that's what this triad is. Well, you'll notice I have F, A, and C. Well, A is one of the notes. So let's try using it in Blake's melody. So I have F, A, and C. I have A here, so I'm just going to put in an F and a C. In the bass clef, we have A. So I'm going to get that C in there, and then that F. F, A, and C. Let's listen to what it sounds like. I like it. I hope you do too. So now though, I want a note here, I want a chord, a triad right there. So the note G, we could use the C, the tonic triad, because it has G in it. But I kind of want to try a different chord. You'll notice now the dominant triad. Remember, dominant just means the fifth note of the scale. So the note there, G, is what we're building the dominant triad off of. And then all I took G, and then I went a third away. So G is 1, A is B, or G is 1, A is 2, B is 3. So I have G and then B, and then B is 1, C is 2, D is 3. So they're built in thirds. So I have the dominant triad, G, B, and D. So let's try those notes in Blake's melody. I got G, D, D, B, G, B, D. All right, let me start here. So I think it sounds pretty good. So just going forward now, if I am here, I'm thinking, okay, I have a D, so there's really only one chord. You know, we have C, E, G right here, F, A, C, G, B, D. So our only option is to use the dominant triad. And then we have F, the note F, and we only had one triad that fit that, and that was the dominant prep. So we're going to use F, A, and C. So I got A, C, F, F, A, C. And right here, same deal. We got A, so we only have one chord we can use for that, and that's the dominant prep chord. Do something. There we go. I'm just trying to make this look prettier. There we are. Okay. So now I have A, C, and then F, and then up here. Okay, so I have F, A, C, and then F, A, C. You know, and right here, I'm just hearing a tonic triad. So tonic triad is C, E, and G. Let's hear it. Okay, and then here we have these Fs and these As. Oh, I'm sorry. We have a D and then F. So these are going to be dominant triads. These are going to be dominant prep triads. The F here, I'm just adding a dominant prep triad, which is F, A, and C. F, A, C. You can do the same thing here. And then this D, I'm going to add the dominant prep. So that's GBD from right here, dominant triad. Oops, let's just do it on this. Okay, all right, let's listen to the whole thing.